Hi, I'm Lisa Rose. I'm Vice President of Queer Screen, and I'm here with the director of The Same Difference, Nneka Onuorah. Thank you for being here all the way from New York.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here. This is a crazy experience. This festival is like incredible. I didn't even expect all of this.
Excellent, excellent. Now, can you tell me a little bit about your film?
Yes, my film is called The Same Difference. It's a film about lesbians who discriminate against other lesbians based on gender roles, and kind of trying to break down the policing of stereotypes and gender roles in the community.
Is that a really prevalent thing in the African American community as opposed to other communities that you've discovered, or is it across the board, do you think?
It's definitely very heavy in the African American community. I think it happens in all communities, but because of a lot of the things that happen in African American households coming up and paying attention to those masculine influences in broken homes kind of cause more toxic behavior in African American communities, but it does exist in many communities.
Okay, cool. What made you want to make the film?
What made me want to make the film is that I wanted to uplift my sisters. I wanted to encourage people to be more of who they are and less of who everyone else wanted them to be. And that was really the main objective in creating the film. And you know, luckily it's garnered so much togetherness in different communities all over the place. So,
do you think that it's actually started to make a slight difference?
Absolutely, it's definitely made a difference. I think people actually hearing themselves on screen saying negative things towards each other really makes them go, ooh, I probably shouldn't say that. And also seeing different people's stories and understanding people more. Sometimes we just need to hear it and see it and learn in order to become more comfortable and kind of understand what we need to stop doing. So I think that there's definitely been changes. After the screenings, people that haven't hung out, they're hanging out again, hugging each other. You know, everyone's being friendly to each other, and that's not the environment we started with when we came. So,
how did you find all the people? Because there's some fascinating characters in the film.
I really went and seen who the lesbian community was paying attention to and watching. So there was a lot of YouTube videos that had like thousands and millions of views, and I said, who are these influencers? And so when I went on YouTube, all these topics were so popular. So I just took the people who were ushering that conversation online and included them in the film. I also took people from television and included people from different TV shows that people looked up to in Hollywood, and it was just a mix of that. And people also who were being discriminated against. I seen a lot of memes about pregnant studs, so I went and sought after those specific women so that they can confront their bullies.
Yeah, and that particular storyline in the film really resonated with me. I found that really, really interesting. So thank you for focusing so much on that particular aspect. So you've screened it over 25 cities. Is this the first time you screened outside of the States?
This is my international premiere at Mardi Gras Film Festival.
Fantastic. How has the reception been here in comparison to what it's been like in the States?
It's been very similar. You know, I came to Sydney and I was like, I know literally no one in Sydney, like 0 people. And when I got there, the line was outside the door. People were really anxious to see it. They were very excited. They were very receptive, and they actually received it just like they did in the States. The only difference is people were saying here in Sydney, it doesn't seem to exist like it does in America. So they were really like, wow, this happens.
Yeah, no, it really does. From my perspective as an Anglo-Saxon white lesbian, probably the thing that really exists is the bisexual thing. We certainly have that in the lesbian community here, where there are a vast amount of lesbians would just have nothing to do with bisexual women. I'm not one of those people, but it probably was the thing that I think the audience really related to in terms of, I see fellow lesbians doing that to bisexual women. So what's next for you? What do you want to do?
Next for me, I'm going to do a series of films, and I want to tell stories that haven't been told and give a voice to the voiceless. So I'm going to hone in on markets that people don't see normally, like mentally disabled people, immigrants, and I'm going to bring their stories to the forefront and push them into mainstream media. So I'll be doing movies, a series of 4 more movies, 5 in total. I did LGBT, and I'll be doing 4 more to help push the culture and still pushing the same message about us being all the same and us all like breaking down barriers and not thinking that we're so different, but we're more similar than we are different.
We are. That's very true. Well, I hope you enjoy the rest of your time in Sydney. I think you're here for a few more days yet.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming to the festival. The audience clearly liked it. You are the front runner for the audience award for the documentary at this point. Long way to go,
amazing,
but
I'm sure.
you've got a very good vote, so let's see what happens. Thank you so much.
Thank you.